All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first game of the latest Indie Showcase Saturday, powered by The Shed. And this one is one that definitely gets me interested right away because, well, it has shmup elements in it. So this is Nova Drift, which I got press code for just recently. Actually not out yet, as you can see. We're doing this stream on the 9th of March. This actually comes out on the 27th of March, though I am permitted to cover it now. And this looks very interesting. Published by a company called PixelJam, who's been around for a long time, and Chimeric, this is their first game. And it's interesting. It says here that it distills the mechanical depth of an action RPG into classic arcade space combat, which to me kind of sounds like, hey, you like Diablo? Well, we made a shmup out of it as well. And that to me is like, yes, please. So needless to say, I'm very curious about this and what this is like. I don't know if we're going to need a controller or not. I've got one, but we'll fire it up and see. So this is on PC only right now. It is on Steam. It is going to be priceless. I'm just noticing that he doesn't even have a price on it yet. So I'm going to guess if this is like most indie games, it will probably be in the $20 range or something like that. Oh, it's a roguelite too. Ooh, shame Technomancer's not here. This is his jam, definitely. So let's just take a quick look here and see if he has a listing for what it's going to cost, because he doesn't seem to list a price on Steam yet. It is on itch.io as well. Maybe he lists a price over there? No. So it will be, it's a game that will cost a price, I guess. So, oh well. All right, so let's fire this guy up here and take a look-see. And just so you know, yeah, this is showing as web show on Mixer because I forgot to submit a couple of the games today to player.me's database ahead of time, so they didn't show up yet. So that's why this is web show, but the other ones will change. Hey, Freelix, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so we're firing up the first one here. So I'm running it for the first time, so it might have to do a little bit of initializing. Here we are. Okay. Oh, you know what? Hang on a quick second. I'm going to turn off. I had the Steam FPS overlay on when I was testing stuff with the new GPU for Metro. So we're going to turn that off because we don't need that for these games. Except I think it stays on until you run the game again, so... Live television, people, one moment. Okie dokie. There we go. Okay. Just make sure this is all set right. So there is gamepad controls. So you know what? I think we'll try it with both, but I feel like this is a game that would really benefit from a gamepad, so... However, this seems to be one of these games that does not have any video options. Keyboard, WASD, or mouse. Huh, interesting. There's multiple different things here. So yeah, there doesn't appear to be any actual video options, which is interesting. So learn. Okay, so you control a rapidly evolving biomechanical ship-like organism. Defeat enemies to release orbs, which will be collected to gain experience. Da-da-da. You'll level up. Gear. Weapon, body, and shield. You may have no more than one of each. When you upgrade to select gear, will replace your current gear. Mods. Modify or improve capabilities granted by gear. There is no limit to how many mods you may have, and you will never lose them, even if you change gear. Mods sometimes grant power in exchange for disadvantage. Survival, upgrade. Consider enabling as many challenge modes as possible. The increased experience will allow you to reach greater levels of power. Okay, interesting. All right. Well, let's fire this up. Endless. After the final battle, the game continues until you are destroyed. Okay. Oh, God, it plays like Asteroids. Oh, God. It plays like Asteroids. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but okay. I'm gonna say as well, it's also a little, okay, hang on. The default volume is also rather low. There we go. So, okay, so you definitely could play this with the keyboard or mouse if you wanted, exclusively, I think, because there's only 2 buttons. There's your thrust button and your fire button. Oh, so Y to upgrade. Weapon flak. Whoa! Okay. So you start to level quickly and get your gratification very early, so it would seem. So this is like Asteroids with the score attack element of arcade Asteroids, but also a roguelike with light RPG elements in it. That's kind of cool. $15 rate of fire. Okay. Some of these things definitely don't look like the easiest things to avoid, though, because it's definitely, like, a lot of these projectiles, it looks like, actually, like, seek towards you, which is kind of interesting. So, okay. Let's go... Searing hot rings burns enemies within its effect radius for 180 damage. Oh, burning enemies slowly drains your shields. Okay. Cool effect, though. So I'm going to guess... So we don't have a price for this game yet, but I'm going to guess now because I thought this was a little bit more... When he said action RPG, I thought they meant this was a little more like a Diablo type of thing or something like that. This looks a little bit more like a... well, like I said, sort of an Asteroids thing. Almost a little bit more in the vein of like what... You remember that game I covered on the last Indie Showcase, Thrusty Ship? It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. In terms of... Rapid fire, okay. So it looks like a little bit less like a full-on RPG and more of an Asteroid score attack thing that also happens to have some RPG level ups in it, because you see it also keeps score. Now this is not a bad thing at all. This is in fact kind of this is actually in fact kind of my jam a little bit, but this reminds me a little bit of yeah, kind of like Thrusty Ships, which is something that... Okay, so the X button deploys construct, which in this case is drones. But yeah, it reminds me, like, Thrusty Ship was one of those games that was inexpensive, but good, sort of dumb fun. That's kind of what this feels like to me. Which is not a bad thing anyway. Gain a war stack whenever you defeat an enemy. Whoa! Heyo. You buggers. So this is very much like a roguelike, but also score attack, which I think is pretty neat. And you definitely want to try to get as many kills as you can to get your score maxed out. Oh, geez. Oh, there's my drone. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. So this is a boss, clearly. Heyo! Okay. So, okay, and there's a cooldown period on your shields, so your shields do recharge over time. If you can stay out of combat long enough, your shields will actually come back. So you don't actually have to worry about... You don't actually have to worry about your shields, like your shields are not permanently gone. Oh, wow. Torrent reduces thrust. But also, look at this thing. Oh, okay, so you can actually do the whole Asteroids deal too of just going past the edge of the screen and coming out the other side. I didn't know you could actually do that. Okay, this is cool. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, that hurt an awful lot. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Well, that got real really fast. Holy jeez. So, interesting. So there are 40, so I guess there's 50 unlocks in total that you can get. So I guess there's 50 ranks. So this is definitely a roguelite in that there is persistent progression that you earn from doing stuff. Enemy cargo trains appear along your journey. Cargo trains can be destroyed to release cargo crates. Cargo crates contain various things. Weapon gear unlocked salvo. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, feels like the core stuff is here, but,
Hey, what's going on this side?
So, hey, Freelix, thank you for the host. So let's do a couple more runs of this. This definitely looks like, fair enough. Thank you, Freelix. So this is definitely interesting. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like we've kind of seen the core of it already, but I'm interested to see what happens once you've leveled up a little bit more in it. I like what it's going for, though. This is a very cool, this is another one of those games like Thrusty Ships or something like that, where there is definitely it's a game that obviously you'd have to play an awful lot to master and get really good at, but at the same time, it's also something that you can play in bits, right? Like in fits and starts. So it actually welcomes you to... It can be... It's casual but hardcore, you know what I mean? Like, you can kind of play this in short sessions if you don't have a lot of time, and I imagine... I actually like the sort of neon look of this, but I suspect that this also doesn't require a super powerful computer. So it would also allow you to... Also, this salvo thing, the longer I don't fire it, the more it charges up. See the number at the bottom? The longer I go without firing it, the more a single salvo shoots out. That is pretty dope. I like that. That's really cool, because it allows you... It's a really nice risk-reward mechanic. It's, do you want to... You know, do you want to shoot yet? Or do you want to wait and be able to do a much bigger thing? Oh, wow. So I can select what construct I want to send out, and I can also pick my drone formation. This is pretty cool. It could res, though controlling this with a touchscreen would be tricky. I'm going to say that. I think controlling this with a touchscreen would be a bit of a fun thing. Thrusty Ship could definitely be a mobile game. Though interestingly, it's not. And this is, I'm going to say it, would probably be really... This game, in its format, would probably be really good on the Switch. I mean, just about every indie game would be good on the Switch, and that's one of the reasons why every single indie game known to man is coming to the Switch. But at the same time, games that I think are really, truly, ideally a fit for the Switch are games that are made to be played in short sessions. Because they give you the time to really... Wow, that guy dropped a crazy number of experience. So they give you... The games that give you the means to, you know, really dig in and put a lot of time into them if you want. But also, which... Can't, you know, you can just put, you know, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there if you feel like it. And it doesn't matter, right? So, games like this are a very good fit for a portable platform like the Switch, definitely. And I like the fact as well that while this clearly gets challenging, it's not brutal out of the gate. Right? Like, this game This game isn't like you play it for 30 seconds and you're already getting your ass kicked. It definitely is not like that. Which I like a lot. Shield durability is probably a good idea. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing how this runs on, like, Intel integrated graphics, for example. Like, I could, because if it did, this would probably be, this would actually probably be something that could run on a low-end machine like my work laptop. Well, my work laptop's not a low-end machine, but its GPU most certainly is. Ah, get away from me. Ooh, rocket drones. Yes, please. Yeah, I mean, like, Intel graphics from 2016 can run Overwatch on low detail. So, not that Intel is remotely competitive with, you know, true gaming GPUs, but Intel graphics can handle a lot of indie games now, which is actually really cool. Like, I like the fact that Intel graphics actually now have enough oomph to them to handle some indies. Yeah, it will actually. I think I have HD 5000 or something in my my work laptop, and it can do some, you know, basic 3D stuff pretty well. Well, this is going much better than it was before, I have to say. Of course, now that I said that, the game's going to be like, oh, you think so? Also, screw those comet things. I should try to fire this up on my my work laptop and see what I can do. I actually did have an idea for a YouTube series that I was going to do at some point, which I don't have a name for it yet, but it was something along the lines of, like, the theme of the show would be like good indie games that you could run on a work laptop, you know, or like a low-end laptop. Yeah, the laptop I'm looking at buying has Optimus as well. It'll have it would have a 2060, but it would also have NVIDIA Optimus, which means it would have an Intel backup that you can enable that saves battery. Which is pretty cool. Oh god. Okay, this guy don't play. Yeah, the only thing I hate about Optimus is the fact that you have to reboot. I really wish you could not reboot to use it. That annoys me too. Okay, holy crap. How do I get through to this piece? See what I said? I said, oh, this is going not so bad so far, and then the game was like, I'll show you. Oh god. Oh, you don't have to reboot? Apparently the laptop I'm looking at, you do. I was told. So maybe that's incorrect. Okay, well, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna guess this is probably not as expensive as I thought, because I'm not gonna lie, this game is less involved than I thought it was. Yeah, I had to take my eyes off the screen to clear up. So Google Hangouts has done something really annoying now, which is that when you get a new message, it pops up the notification and it doesn't go away until you click the close button. It doesn't fade out on its own like a lot of other Windows notifications. So I had to actually click close, which swapped out of the game. Oh, dude. Whoops. So, there's more than a few unlocks in this game, as it turns out. Well, I guess it said there was 50 of them, right? So, okay, you know what? Let's turn the controller off, and let's see how this plays with mouse and keyboard. Honestly, the way this game plays, I think it'll play absolutely fine with mouse and keyboard. Now, I'm curious about this. So check this out. You can play it totally mouse. So mouse position, aim, thrust left click, fire right click, upgrade middle click. I like this idea. This is kind of cool because this is also a nice accessibility feature. Like if you're someone who has limited mobility and for whom maybe using WASD and mouse is difficult, you could just do it with your mouse. Now, the fact that you've got to use the mouse to turn means this doesn't necessarily make it trackpad friendly. But let's try it. This is pure mouse. Now, I will say having the arrow on screen at all times kind of sucks. But I also kind of understand why it needs to be there. Unless I can turn that off. There is a lot of... Even though this game seems to have, like, no video options, it does have a lot of control options. I will give them credit for that. See, this is neat. I like this. Like, I'm not touching the keyboard, and I don't have to. Though, when you're used to keyboard and mouse or using two hands on a controller, I will say I'm fighting muscle memory a little bit here, playing this just with the mouse. I definitely feel like I'm fighting muscle memory a touch here. It's a little weird. I like this though. This is fun, you guys. You know, and again, as a more or less recent conversion to roguelike, yeah, this is called Torrent, which I think is a fitting name for it. You know, as a recent conversion to indie roguelikes, I should say. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. Now, I'm gonna say one thing though. The only thing I don't like about this, and this is an unfortunately common problem with a lot of games like this, and I don't really know how you'd fix it. Railgun. Oh, we gotta know this. Okay, so it's a sniper rifle. Very hard to aim, but will wreck a fool. Yo. Hey, Lube, thank you for the host, buddy. Yo. Step to me. Creates a short-range, powerful electromagnetic burst. Oh, reroll upgrades. Oh, cool. I didn't even notice this before. Oh, and you can do it up to 5 times. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. Jeebus! Okay. That was unanticipated. So, yeah, so what I was saying there before, the one thing I will say that that I've never been the biggest fan of with games of this nature, from a pacing perspective, is having to stop on a very frequent basis in order to... Ah-ha-ha! Ow! Having to stop on a very frequent basis in order to pick what upgrade you want. You know, having to stop constantly, like every few seconds, to go into a menu. That's kind of a bummer. Oh, okay, look, if you have drones, it looks like you do have to use your keys. Or do you? Actually, how do I use my drones? I saw keys there, but they don't seem to be doing anything. Okay, this is a problem. So yeah, having to constantly go into menus like this is a little bit of a pain. I will say that once you have played a few rounds of this, you'll know the weapons and their abilities and whatnot by pretty much just seeing the icons. So the fact that the game has these big icons that are sort of a unique representation for every weapon that's a smart design choice, because it gives it a visual language and allows you to very quickly see and know what you're going to be picking, so you don't have to read the description all the time. And after playing a few rounds of this, you'll memorize them, so you'll get to know what's what, and you can make your selections very quick when you level up and not really have to worry about it that much. But initially, it can be kind of a pain in so far as you got to constantly pause the action to go into your menu and be like, okay, what do I want to upgrade? And some people won't like that from a pacing angle. But I will say, though, I cannot figure out how to launch my drones, and there's no menu options in-game. I'm playing this entirely with the mouse, though if there's no way to actually launch your drones with the mouse, then that kind of significantly hinders your ability to play it exclusively with that. But it does work, and there aren't too many games out there you can play exclusively with the mouse. So this definitely plays fine with a controller or a mouse or keyboard if you wanted. So very good options on that front. I really do wish that the game had not just more video options, but any video options. And I wish you had access to your settings and options in-game, that you didn't have to quit out in order to be able to change anything, including like game volume and things like that. Also, you know, I said that this game could probably run on integrated graphics. Well, if this game requires you to run at your native resolution, then if you have a laptop that has Intel graphics but also a high-res monitor, that might be a problem. So seeing some formal video options in this would be nice. Now, this game isn't out yet. It does come out later this month. I think I'm playing what's pretty close to the final version, but it is possible for the developer to add that stuff in before it comes out. Wayo! I still wish I knew how to deploy drones. Oh. Okay, so number 3, apparently, deploys the drone. So I guess I can't do that off the mouse, which is kind of a bummer. Okay. I gotta say, I'm digging this so far. I will try to take a quick look after for its press kit and see if they list what it's going to sell for. If this was 10 or 15 bucks, I'd totally be down for this. And, you know, again, this is a game that would be really good on the Switch. It would be really cool to see it come out there. It may very well. This could obviously run on it. Die already. There we go. Good night. Whoa, hey. This is starting to get a little, hairy. All right, here we go. Oh, we got another boss. Ah, it's a big boss. Oh my God, I'm not doing a lot of damage to him either. What? Oh God, it's a Death Star. It's a Death Star, guys. It's a Death Star. Oh God, this is like an I'm getting Ikaruga flashbacks. Oh God. You know what? Let's try this pulse weapon. This is a weapon that does damage in a radius around me, and you know what? Well, it is doing a lot of damage around me, but also not doing that much of it either. Oh God, this just became a bullet hell. Oh God, Ikaruga flashbacks. Vulnerability detected. Well, great. Ow. Ow. Trapped inside badness. Hey, yo, okay. Dupe. All right, you got wrecked, son. But I also feel that now is not the time to get cocky. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Targets and projectiles within the shield's radius of effect are slowed. Interesting. All right, right. I also have my little duders that I cannot summon with the mouse, which is why I'm forgetting to do so. Up to wave 45. I'm going to guess at this point that this game either doesn't have achievements or will not have achievements either, because I'd be very shocked if I hadn't unlocked something yet. Oh my god, recharge the shields. Ow. Ow. Okay. Yes, improves regen rate. That would be very nice right now. There we go. Made it to wave 50. Ow! That was not what I meant to do. These enemies that you have to hit from the back, this torrent weapon, pretty choice for that. Now, what I wonder is as well, because there is a final boss in this, because the game said so, so I wonder what that, I wonder how many waves there are. If it's 100, if it's 200, if it's... Sheebus! Okay, this guy don't play. Ow! Okay, well, I got him. Well, no, it actually, like, one of the... because the game said so. One of the options you can select is actually, like, that the game will continue after you beat the final boss. So... I don't know what that actually means, though. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Podcasts. Holy jumping. Okay. Oh, we got it to rank 8, so we unlock even more stuff. Lose all mods and reset gears. And reset gear. Regain all spent upgrade points. This mod appears in the random mod pool at level 15. Stabilization. Neat. So, well, I think we get the idea of what this guy's about. This is pretty neat. I have to say, I do like this. Okay, there are achievements in this, but let me guess, they're not available yet, probably because the game's not out. That's probably why they're not unlocking. Yeah, that's what happens. If you have a, yeah, that's the way you can tell. If you tell it to view achievements and it just takes you to your profile page, it means the achievements aren't unlocked yet. So that makes sense because the game is relatively new. So that's cool. So yeah, guys, that is Nova Drift. I think we've got the gist of this one here. You know, this is definitely, it's a roguelike, so you gotta like what those are putting down. I generally do. It's developed by Chimeric and published by PixelJam. It is coming out on March 27th for the PC. Like I said, I don't actually know what they're selling it for, so... Oh, interesting. It was Kickstarted. Apparently. Which is kind of interesting. Yeah, this was a Kickstarter originally. So when was it funded? Oh, he only wanted $6,000, got 7,300, and it's coming out. Actually, unlike a lot of Kickstarters that I know of. So that is pretty cool. So it looks like you pay $12 US and you unlock Nova Drift in the soundtrack, which means that it's probably going to be $15 US when it comes out. Not bad. I would probably pay for that. And like I said, this could be very cool in that it's a game that you could play on a laptop or something like that. So I quite enjoy it. I think this made a very good first impression on me. So yeah, thanks for checking this out with me, guys. We got several more games to go through, but if you are watching this on YouTube, please do all the usuals, like, comment, subscribe, etc. And yeah, if you are watching this on Mixer, stick around. We got 4 more games to check out today that are all quite a bit different, and the next one is one I've been actually looking forward to trying out for a little bit. So stick around, guys. We'll be back soon. Indie Showcase Saturday, powered by The Shed, continues.